Yo, what is happening, ladies and gentlemen? Look who you got today. You got the one and only Sneaky Bandit at your service. Yeah, I'd have kicked that Godzillanator to the curb. He was just yapping away, talking all kinds of nonsense, and truth be told, he was just getting on my nerves. So you got me today, and we're gonna do something a little bit different today. We're gonna spice things up a bit because we don't do a whole lot of PvP content, right? With this channel, truth be told, though, I don't think there's a whole lot of opportunity to cover PvP content. But we are going to do that today because it's a special week. It's a week where there are no restrictions in timeline. There aren't any restrictions. You could use whatever team you want. So we're going to take a dive. We're going to take a peek, and we're going to find out what team seems to work the best. And we're going to do, I don't know, maybe 3 or 4 different combinations, while trying to keep the video on the shorter side, depending, on the runtime. It's going to depend on how many different combinations we actually get to try out. But we're definitely going to do the defenders. We're going to do something like Molecule Man, Sentry, and then another meta. We're going to do this team right here, Silver Surfer, Jean Grey, Colossus. For those folks who may not have Sentry, or maybe this team's just better. We're going to find out. Now, some of these characters, I have PvE builds on, right? Like Mephisto and Null, so I don't know if it would be too wise to test them. Although Null, even with a PvE build, because of his crazy passive, he's like guaranteed to get you at least 1 kill, right? During that 6 seconds, especially if he has his 3 off cooldown, that debuff, hits in effect. He's invulnerable, right? He cannot be killed. And he pops his 3 and bada bing, bada boom. Especially, right, if you got a PvE build on him and that proc goes off as well, it's a done deal. It's lights out for whoever's on the other side of that. So that's what we're going to be looking into today, just to do something a little bit different, right? Because it's been, I just did the tall glass of milk, and there's still controversy over who is the true tall glass of milk. And I'm not going to say anything more about it. I'm gonna leave it to your devices. I actually put out a poll asking who you think is a tall glass of, who is the true tall glass of milk. I got something, but first I have something else to bring up. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, check it out. So this is just the start of the first of many tier lists that I'm going to be working on. Actually, somebody reached out to me and offered their help. They were so kind, and I would announce. I have absolutely no problem giving them credit for this because they did the bulk of this. They basically did all of it, and I'm just giving my input on what I think, where I feel like characters should be put, and so on and so forth. But it's not finished, and these characters where they are isn't going to be the final thing. That we just kind of started putting things in. So don't take this for, it's not set in stone at this point, at this very moment. But I just wanted to bring this to your attention, and I wanted to show you exactly some of the functions and features that this is actually going to have. So like I said, it's the first of many. We're going to do like Blast, Universal Combat Speed. We're also going to do one where it's just like all characters, right? Like maybe all tier 3, all Awaken, just tier 3, just Awaken, right? All characters, like I said. And it's going to have something. Okay, so you see where Moonstone is, right? So if I go ahead, and it's going to have a function like this. If I click on Moonstone, it's going to bring you to another page, a separate page like this. And it's going to have, right, it's going to tell you, like, the best CTP. Probably have a couple different options on there. Like I said, it's not complete yet. So, like, Energy, right, also have Rage on there. And maybe even some, like, PvP options. What's going to work best for them. Where their uses are. And also rotation, and going to try to put like even links to some of my videos that I'm actually using these characters, that I'm actually displaying their rotation, talking about their rotation, maybe like ABX videos that I made for these characters, so you can see exactly what's going on, just the nuance of their rotation and skills. So I think this is going to be really, really nice. I think it's going to be super useful to anybody who has, question about, these characters want to know, just exactly what's going on. And going to try to do it for basically every character that matters. you know, and not all of them are going to be done, you know, right when I put this list out, because hopefully in the next few days, you know, we have actually this where it's accessible to all you guys and have a good amount of characters actually set up like that, where you can actually go in, you know, you can click on them, and bada bing, bada boom, it's going to take you over to, you know, that separate page and give you a little bit more information. And even have like a little sneaky bandit section where, you know, gives some input, and so on and so forth. All right, okay, now that we spoke about that, let me know what you think on that. I want to talk about real quick the Cosmic Core. So I want to talk about this real quick and how it might not be a bad idea. Like, this actually isn't a bad way to farm CTPs. Like, I refreshed one time. This is the first time I'm collecting this. I refreshed one time and the CTP came up. And I've done it before where I was like, okay, you know, I want a CTP. I'm going to refresh as many times as I have to. And I've never had to refresh more than 10 times for a CTP. So 10 times, right? 75 crystals to refresh one time. That's 750 crystals. That's basically a pull. It's like one pull from the, you know, from the dimension chest. And now you don't have a choice, right? You can get an egg, you can get a transcendence, authority, right? I think the two best ones here are energy and regen. But if you're somebody who's looking to roll a brilliant or to go for a brilliant, right now we have the triple chance up, right? Best time to go for one. Might not be a bad route to take to try to farm CTPs from there. Now the question is, you know, you gotta get enough of the points to actually be able to get it. And I don't know. I find it difficult to obtain this like once in a day. You know, Shadowland's a good place to actually do that. But let me know what your best way to obtain those points is, right? Because it's like, you know, the best ratio is 1-for-1, right? World Boss Invasion, Danger Room, GBR, those are all pretty good ways to actually get points on that. All right, let's jump into the meat and potatoes here of the video. Whoops, one other thing before we move forward here. Coupons, right? I saw a lot of people asking, how do you redeem the coupon, right? The MFF 6-year one. If you go here, right? If you go here and you just click this banner, you just click the banner and it'll take you there. Here are actually instructions on how to you know, retrieve it. You go to, you write this HTTPS coupon view Netmarble, you know, coupon. That code, you know, you put that address into your browser and it'll take you to a page, and that's how you can actually get there otherwise. So, you know, you can take a screenshot of that address and just save it, keep it on hand, and that's how you could redeem codes in the future for iOS devices. All right, now let's get into it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, here we go. Okay, so, you know, let's just fight the top guy, right? Mind as well. So he's given double support to Sentry. You know, we could try a couple different teams with each, you know, with each version. So let's try this team first. Let's try Silver Surfer, Jean Grey, and I'm gonna leave this on auto. I think it's more important, right, to like, a lot of characters can do it on manual. A lot of characters can just, you know, you can make a lot of characters work on manual. I think, you know, the best test, the true test, is on auto to see where they actually fall, right? To see if they can carry you, because a lot of times you don't want to run it on manual unless you're really competing for you know, one of the top spots, right? Maybe 1 through 50, 1 through 100, but there's only 50 spots there, right? And most people, the vast majority of people don't actually go for it. So Silver Surfer, honestly, he's surprising me here. I did not expect him to clean up like that. I did not expect him to do that. Let's try him with a different team here. Let's see if he can. You know, he could have just got lucky. That happens. That happens a lot. I don't know about that team. We could do this team here, right? Hermes. Let's try this one. Let's see if he can hang tough with another Silver Surfer. Honestly, from my experience, I feel like my Silver Surfer has a tough time fighting other Silver Surfers. And, you know, I could show you all their builds. He's doing well, though. He's doing really well. But, yeah, if he gets caught, man, he's cleaning house. I'm really surprised because just the way my AI plays Silver Surfer, maybe they changed something, but the way they play him, it's usually not all that great. Oh, is he a done deal? Nope, he's gonna pop that tier 3, but Sentry can just pull him right out of the iframe there. Nope, he didn't, and he clapped him, clapped his cheeks, baby. Is he going? Man, he aced it again. Not that I want him to lose, but I just feel like it's kind of a fluke. Let's try to find a different team here. Oh, the Brofessor. Yo, what's happening, Brofessor? Let's fight the Brofessor here. I think he sent me a friend request. I'm gonna have to accept. I actually have three spots open. Gotta fill. I always like to have at least one spot open, right? So if I have 49, Okay, the first time for everything, right? Let's see. See, like I said, I didn't think it was a fluke, but okay, so he got him. See if he's got to do it again though. He's got to do it again. That's close. Nice try, Silver Surfer. Oh, he's gonna get him. Watch. Nope. Sentry popped the 5th, and it ain't happening. Oh. Okay, can Jean clean up? Yep, she cleaned up. So, I mean, this team, it's holding true. You know, fighting these top teams here. I mean, yeah, we can go into Challenger, but you're not fighting like. I mean, how many spots are there in Challenger? It's not a lot. Was it 50? I think it's the top 50, right? And so the vast majority of players aren't fighting in Challenger, so we don't really have to worry about that. I kind of want. All right, I want to try one more. Okay, is it Winergy? Let's try this team here. So we have a Sentry, Silver Surfer, Colossus. I think this is a good team to fight. See if they can hang tough, hang 10. And we'll do the same thing with each additional team. So, right, we got Malcolm, man. Okay, so he's a done deal there. Done deal. What does the Sentry have? Okay. Yep, that reflect. So, I feel like Silver Surfer he's a pretty good counter to Sentry, actually, just because of reflect. There he goes. And then Silver Surfer is a good counter to Silver Surfer. So, my Silver Surfer might get countered here with his counter attack. Boom. Yep. Nope. That was their Silver Surfer that died. You can't tell them apart, man. They're identical twins here. But man, I honestly feel like every time that I've used Silver Surfer recently, besides now, he just like he was just playing like a knucklehead, and I just couldn't take it. I was losing, and it was just frustrating, so I swapped them out, and I never looked back. Okay, let me get the next team. Who is next here? And let's see exactly how they hold up compared to Silver Surfer and Jean Grey. Don't worry, guys, the Sneaky Bandit's back, and let me show you what is going on here. Okay, so Silver Surfer, let me show you their builds here. Silver Surfer, he's just, he's got 4 HP, heal, Odin's Blessings. He's got HP Uru. It's a pretty standard, PvP build. He does have a Mighty Regen, 20% increase all attack, all defense. And he has Power of Angry Hawk and stage 10. Man, I've let this guy high and dry for a while. I should probably go finish that off. Okay, she's got Power of Angry Hawk. She has a Greed. And she basically has the same Uru set as Silver Surfer. I think that's really all I need to show you there. And for these guys, okay, so this is a team up I'm giving them. So because it says ignores damage increase, decrease, right? It says nothing about HP increase. And Red She-Hulk offers 30% increase HP. Victorious offers the same thing. So it also says decrease all damage received, but I'm guessing because of his lead, that's not going to apply. So you could either use Victorious or Red She-Hulk, and it's going to offer the same exact thing there. And this guy, he's got a standard PvP build, and with so he has stage 10 as well. I should probably finish that off, and then he has the all attack, all defense. For most characters, I feel like the penetration is actually best. I just never wanted to use my obelisk to roll these things. I'm PvE focused, and these things take a lot to get them where you want them. I do have others that have that, but that's just what, when the forging just came out, I went ahead and I forged it, and that's just what it landed on. I never looked back. And then Sentry, he's got a PvE build, so he's got a full stack Odin's Blessings, he has stage 12, Bond of Angry Hulk, and he has a Mighty Energy with Beatdown. So keep that in mind. So let's go ahead. We're gonna fight. So this is the top team, the team that I fought with, Silver Surfer team up, and so let's see exactly how this team fares out here. And I'm just putting, whatever happens, whatever fares out, is what I'm putting there. He usually dies, but from Sentry the first time around. But typically he wins just like this. Because of the short cooldown on 4 and 5, especially 4, because he's got that crazy heal on 4, right? Watch him pop his 4. He's got basically full health again. I'll have to look exactly what I think it's a 35% increase. But Malcolm Man is very good for timeline. Very good for timeline. I cannot say the same thing for AC or Alliance Tournament. Like every time I put him on the Alliance Conquest team, he just does his one skill. He does his 1 or his 2 skill over and over again, and he gets himself killed. If he were to do his 4 and 5, it would be a completely different story, but that's just not the case there. Okay, who do we? Oh, we fought this guy here. So let's go ahead. Let's see how he fares out against Silver Surfer. Again, Silver Surfer, in my opinion, is a pretty big threat on the opposing team, because he just, with the reflect, typically he dies the first time. Well, not here. He manages to stay alive, so this is going very well for Malcolm Man. But yeah, that's the thing. He dies the first time, but he manages to stay alive throughout the fight. Like I said, just because of the way his AI operates his skills, they prioritize 4 and 5. Prioritize 4 and then 5. Those are the 2 skills that they'll use, and they're off cooldown. Basically, it's basically going between 4 and 5, one after another there. And he's got the heal, and the heal activates right away. It's immediate on his. He got clapped. He turned him purple though. I think he was going to use his tier 3. Didn't look like he did, but I'm pretty sure he did. And he's got all this residual damage on his 4 and 5, right? He's got those planets that spawn, and they just keep bashing them. But Sentry, he'll constantly spam his 1 skill, right? Just to pull you out of that iframe. So sometimes the planet doesn't spawn all the way. So there you have it. I mean, Malcolm Man, I wouldn't give him double support, right? You really can't. I don't know. I guess you can give him Victorious and Red She-Hulk, right? Which would be a crazy increase to HP. Actually, you know what? Let me check. Let me just make sure that Red She-Hulk's passive is actually giving him the HP. Alrighty, so I went ahead and I checked, and sure enough, it is 100%. So if you look, actually, I put them both on the team just to see if they both would actually stack on top of each other. So if you look, his HP is 118, right? Okay, let's take Victorious off the team here. Drops down to 103. Now let's take Red She-Hulk off the team, and drops down to 95. That's kind of odd. Is he getting a team up? Hang on, 95, huh? Now it's 88. Oh, you know what? It's Thing. That's what it is. Okay. So Thing is actually offered to all allies on his uniform. 15% increase to max HP. For some reason, I thought that was just to all, Fantastic Four, but it's to all. That's pretty nice. It's pretty nice. Good to know. Okay, so now that we ran that, I think it's time. To run this team here, the Defenders. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, time to run the Defenders. Let's work our way from the bottom to the top. Oh, I think we forgot to fight Professor with the other team. You know what? We'll pop that one in there because he put up quite a fight. But let's go ahead. Let's run these guys and see how they're stacking up. I mean, I don't think you need to run them against, you know, every team. You know, there's not going to be a whole lot of fluctuation, you know, from one to the next. Yeah, one player's account might be a little more stacked than others, but typically, you know, it's all relative, right? And basically with Luke Cage, he just needs to survive long enough to pop that awakening skill, and it's a done deal. A lot of times that'll happen though too. If the penetration kicks in on his fifth, it's usually a done deal for whoever's on the other side of it. He is just an animal. But Lord Colossus comes in and he can just reflect them to death, even though they both have the same reflect, right? So it's just like whoever wants to attack first. Okay, so sealed that deal. Let's work our way up here. And what other teams? We did Hermes, right? Where's the Professor though? Yeah, okay. Let's fight this guy. He put up quite the fight against I think it was a Silver Surfer, right? So we actually got to fight this guy twice. Once with the Defenders and once with Molecule Man, Sentry, and Red Sheethawk. But yeah, I think that's a good team. Also, wouldn't be a bad idea to use, you know, like I said, putting like Null on the team. You know, especially if you have a, there was the penetration was in there. I don't think he accumulated enough damage. But there you go. So now that he killed him, his awakening skill is about to pop off. Especially if he does his 3 beforehand. I mean, it's really no contest. But he's done here. Done here. And that'll happen a lot. That'll happen a lot with them. That awakening skill is still going, and all the residual damage just reflects back at Luke Cage, and he's just done. But and then you see that like Daredevil was supposed to come, you know, be swapped in next, but it just like it stalls, and then Jessica Jones gets swapped in. Doesn't matter either way. Both of them can just wipe out Colossus, really no problem. Sometimes, you know, they can get reflected too, but typically that doesn't happen. Okay, so let's fight them with this team here and see. Let's see what happens. See, maybe the tables will turn here. But Sentry with a PvE build on auto is still pretty good, I have to say. Okay, Falcon Man got knocked. Let's see if he can survive another time here. And sure enough, he does. So typically, he should be good from this point. Like, once he gets the first kill, it's... No. putting my foot in my mouth. Putting my foot in my mouth. And Sentry... Oh, man. I don't know. They might lose this one. Now, if my Sentry had a... Yeah. And that's the other thing, right? Especially if you have a PvE build. If that proc kicks in, they're done, right? If it's Sentry on Sentry, and your proc kicks in, it's a done deal for the other Sentry, I feel like. So the Professor putting up the biggest fight so far. All right, so we have to go to Hermes here. We're just going through the paces. Let's do the Defenders team, right? Here we go, and fight. I don't know, man. Silver Surfer, he might counter Luke Cage here. Gotta hit your 3, dude. Yeah, he did hit it. But his AI is actually very nice. Uh oh, he's gonna die to Colossus. I'll tell you what though, if he hit his he hit his awakening skill. If he hit that before though, like you saw before, if he hit it at the end, like if he killed Silver Surfer with it, he would have been done. He would have been done when Silver Surfer when Colossus tagged in there. But Luke Cage, he's an animal. He's an animal. I mean, listen, don't let your eyes deceive you. Well, let your eyes, tell a story. And it's Luke Cage is just a monster. I'll show you their builds. His build is actually pretty good. All right, let's fight. Who else was it? Bobo, right? Bobo. Can Bobo take this team down? I don't know. But what team is the most expensive? You know, what team is the cheapest? Should I say? It might. I think it's a Defenders. Defenders is, I think, the least expensive team, right? Now you do kind of need Jewel, right? You do need her uniform. You also need. You also need. Oh, he got him. Just, man, that was close. That was close. Can he kill him again, though? He's got to do it twice. Luke Cage does not have a revive. Just knocking him out of the park, man. Knocking his head straight. But if Luke Cage dies, there's always Daredevil, and Daredevil is very good. Well, there he goes. There he goes. Speak of the devil. Speak of the Daredevil. Oh, pun. Yeah, that third skill, it's a killer. It is a killer. All right, let's talk about cost now. Let's talk about cost. So, guys, they all held their own pretty well. They all held their own very well. They all seem to be kind of equal across the board. Actually, I want to know what team you think is actually best off. What team is better off than the other? Man, can you believe that sneaky bandit? He's always trying to take over my videos, guys. Can't believe this guy. All right, anyways, we got to make this last part quick because the video is already running really long at this point. So, cost of these three teams. This is the first team. So I feel like this team, well, actually, let's talk about the most expensive team, which would be Sentry, Molecule Man, and then like Red She-Hulk or Victorious. Now, Victorious and Red She-Hulk, they are considered premium characters, but you can get Victorious pretty easily. You can farm her bios in the game regularly from Epic Quest. Now, Molecule Man, he's at the very top of the Epic Quest, and he's a native tier 2. Sentry is native tier 3. Now, in terms of just regular materials in the game that you can farm, these two are the most expensive. They don't need uniforms, though. You don't need their uniform. Well, they don't even have uniforms. So they're the most expensive, though, in my opinion, you know, assuming that you have the crystals to buy uniforms. Then we have Silver Surfer, Jean Grey, and then Colossus. So I feel like this is the second most expensive team. 2 native tier 2s. And then you have Colossus. Again, he's basically just like Victorious. He's premium, but you can get his bios regularly through the game. It's a small trickle. It's just a drop. But you can get them, and mega rank up tickets, mega tier 2 tickets are plentiful in the game, more than they ever were now, right? You get at least one a month. So this would be most expensive, or second most expensive. You need their uniforms though, so you got to buy them from Crystals in their native tier 2. And then least expensive would be this team here. So you do need Jules' uniform. She's providing this crazy, these crazy passives, 2 defenders, 50% increase to all attack, plus 100% chance to become immune to mind damage, hard counter to Jean Grey, and her uniform is offering this crazy passive as well. All defenders, HP below 35%, get a 25% recovery to max HP, and decrease all damage by 95% for 10 seconds with a 100-second cooldown. That is insane. They basically can't die. They're like unkillable for 10 seconds. But when the 10 seconds is up, it's a different story. But you need her uniform. You don't need her awaken. You just need her tier 2. Daredevil, he's so good. If Luke Cage dies, Daredevil's coming in for, he's going to save the day in most cases. He does have a decent build. And I'll be taking most of the Odin Blessings off during that 50% unequip event, which is coming up. He's got Stage 11 Hawk's Eye. He does have a Mighty Regen, Mythic Uniform, and then Luke Cage. He's got a pretty decent build, right? He's got 4 Heal Odin's Blessings, Stage 11 DDE, and a Mighty Regen as well. There's some speculation that the all attack, all defense might work better on him versus the penetration. Maybe I'll test that out in the near future. But least expensive, right? You just need one regular 800 CCF cost tier 3 plus 1 regular cost Awaken character. Well, they're all regular costs, unless it's like Moonstone, right? You got to go through the Epic Quest and all that. Invisible Woman, you gotta chalk out them crystals. But there it is, guys. Let me know what you think, and let me know what you think of the tier list that I'm making. I'm putting in place. If you have any suggestions on that, let me know, and because I'm always open to suggestions. So, but I got other stuff. As always. So you better stay tuned. You stay breezy, but most of all, friend, you stay safe out there now. Peace.